12 habits that undermine your elegance. In this video, I'll be exploring 12 things that are taking you off the course of elegance. These topics may be a little bit controversial or a bit on the touchy side, but these are so important to ensure that you become the most elegant woman you can be. My wonderful elegance ladies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vivienne and I'm the founder of Woman of Elegance, which is a platform I've created to help women globally become the most elegant, classy and refined women that they can be. If you haven't already done so, please do consider subscribing to this channel and sharing this video with friends you think will benefit from it. So without further ado, let's discuss 12 things that are undermining your elegance. Point number 1, talking too much. Have you ever met someone you really admired at first sight and thought of them as sophisticated, and then they started talking and talking and talking, and the talking just doesn't seem to come to an end? Rambling on and on is a huge turn-off for most people. Commenting about each and everything is a sign that a person lacks elegance, and the reason for this is because they lack discernment. To be a good communicator, you need to be able to pick up on social cues, read body language. Do they look like that they're somewhere they need to be? Do they look like they're in a hurry? Don't ignore these signals. First impressions count, and if the first one you give is of someone who talks to no end, then this will undermine your elegance. There is a thin line between being gifted in speech and being talkative. Many people confuse the two most of the time. However, if you are good at holding down conversations and keeping your listeners spellbound with your talks, then take care to know when to start and to stop talking. No matter how eloquent you are, you will tire out your listeners when you talk too much. Being talkative is not a good way to show that you're an entertainer. Talking too much might draw people to you at first, but it will also send them fleeing quickly from you. If you find yourself in this category, learn how to engage people with fewer words. Don't take up all the space, but leave enough room for others to make their inputs. Remind yourself that you mustn't comment about everything. Read your listeners' body language to enable you to discern when you are crossing the line and then gracefully stop talking. Point number 2, poor posture. Have you ever met someone and there is something about them that draws you to them? They have this intrigue about them, even without saying a word. Well, observe the way they are standing or sitting. It's likely that they have good posture. Now, having good posture is very important. Having a good posture makes you appear confident, smart, and elegant. You automatically perceive them differently. Now, many people who have poor posture may not have this through any fault of their own, perhaps for a variety of health reasons. However, if you are able-bodied, try to adopt good posture. All forms of poor sitting and standing postures like hunching forward or slouching your shoulders, dragging your feet when you're walking, and so on reduces your elegance look. Now, correcting poor posture is not something you can do in a day. It takes time and patience to break the old habits and replace them with good ones. So examine your postures and pinpoint areas you need to make a change. For example, if you're in the habit of carelessly throwing your legs apart when you're seated, begin to consciously put your feet together whenever you are sitting down. Remember, poor posture affects your physical appearance as well as your health and well-being. Point number 3, foul body odor. An offensive odor emanating from your body is repulsive. No level of beauty or speaking well or even a good character can mask a bad body odor. The only solution to deal with this is proper and regular body grooming. Most cases of body odor is born from poor hygiene and body care habits. Unfortunately, as amazing a person you may be, if you have bad hygiene, this can put people off you, your friends, your colleagues, your prospective love interest. If this is something that you feel you suffer from, ask a trusted friend for an honest evaluation and work towards dealing with this issue immediately. Wash your body daily. Twice a day is recommended for everyone. Change into clean underwear after bathing. And don't use the same underwear in a day. You should never repeat dirty underwear without washing. Brush your teeth twice a day, and maybe some more if you are battling halitosis. If you are suffering from halitosis, please do address this issue quickly. It may be that you have some underlying dental issues that need to be addressed. In the UK, dental treatment is unfortunately very expensive, and those that are on benefits or on welfare may struggle with this. If this is the case for you, is there anything that you can do in the interim whilst waiting for such treatment? So you can cut out sugary foods and drinks. You can use interdental brushes after your meals. Use antibacterial mouthwash, brushing your teeth twice a day. These small things can help you to diminish bad breath. You also may have a tooth that is irretrievably decayed, and this needs to be extracted. If this is the case for you, then you need to do this sooner rather than later. But all these issues can be avoided if good dental hygiene is a priority. Shave your underarms to minimize sweat odor. Finally, a spritz or two of a nice smelling perfume or body mist will keep you smelling good all day long. Point number 4, smoking. Ladies, if you smoke, I'm not expecting you to kick this habit immediately after watching this video. However, I would be doing you a disservice if I did not incorporate this point into my list. If you don't smoke, that's excellent. If you do, then it's time to address this. Years ago, as early as the 1920s, smoking was seen as glamorous. It was a cultural icon of sophistication, glamour, and sexual allure. In fact, the shipping tycoon Aristotle Onassis launched his own tobacco business and targeted the female market because he knew that these were his strongest customer base, and this actually made him his first million. However, this was 100 years ago, and when you know better, you do better. As I have said previously, one of the hallmarks of an elegant woman is that she takes care of herself, her physical and mental well-being in a variety of ways. We now know that smoking undermines your health in the most atrocious of ways. It compromises your health and exposes you to several diseases, from heart disease to stroke and a variety of cancers. The myriads of health challenges linked to smoking is more than enough deterrent for any woman who loves herself. Although people who smoke will give one reason or the other why they engage in it, the fact is that when you compare those reasons to the negative effects of smoking, you will discover that smoking is a self-destructive habit. This deadly habit destroys your health and also eats deep into your pockets, as it's expensive to smoke. If you smoke in your house, the smell sticks to your walls and your carpets and your clothing, and after a while it becomes ingrained in your house permanently. No amount of purifying your air will dissipate this. Smoking is a terrible addiction. Stop being enslaved to addictions. If you smoke to help to calm your nerves or to relax you, why not try something else? Pilates or therapy or exercise? If you are a smoker, quitting smoking is the single most important step you can take to improve the quality of your life. Seek professional help to aid you in breaking this habit successfully. Point number 5, complaining a lot. Whilst it's perfectly okay to speak up when something isn't going the right way, it becomes a problem when all we do is complain about everything. Complaining all the time makes you sound like a grouch and turns people away from you. People who complain a lot are presumed to be hard to relate with and difficult, and as such, people tend to avoid such individuals. Are you the type of woman who complains about everything? The cocktail has too much sugar in it. I want the lamb 56.6% well done. The bed sheets are too rough. I don't like the way she blinks at me. She left the tea bag in for too long. As an elegant woman, complaining and lamenting all the time erodes your charming personality and makes you sound like a bitter, nagging woman. Proverbs 27:15 states that a quarrelsome wife is like a constantly leaking roof on a rainy day. Can you imagine your roof leaking constantly, drip after drip, into the slowly rising bucket? I can't think of anything more irritating. Well, that's what you sound like when all you do is complain constantly. You don't want to garner yourself a reputation for being a complainer, a nag. A cheerful countenance embedded in a peaceful, friendly warmth is the default aura of a woman of elegance. Too much complaining robs you of all of that. It steals your joy, your peace, your enthusiasm, your smile, your warmth, and your elegant demeanor. Point number 6, rudeness. An elegant woman is outstanding in 1,000,001 ways. She's the one person others look up to as an icon of everything good and graceful. Even a badly behaved person recognizes the delectable personality of the elegant woman and admires it for what it's worth. Therefore, it comes as a huge disappointment when a supposed elegant woman speaks rudely and condescendingly to others. It's appalling to see an apparently elegant person cut someone down with her words. Your elegance just vanishes, and to any onlooker, you are just another well-dressed woman with a terrible character. Admittedly, some people and certain situations can push anyone to the brink. Nonetheless, overcoming that temptation to give an offender a taste of their own medicine is what demarcates an elegant person from others. Moreover, rudeness is not an indication of how badly they offended you, but a revelation of how unrefined you are. I have learnt to ignore people who are deliberately rude and disrespectful to me. I won't give it back to you. If you are a friend that continuously seeks ways to hurt my feelings by saying things you know I don't like, then I'll simply cut you off. I won't explain. I just won't entertain. Nothing is worth my peace of mind. Point number 7, over or underdressing. Not judging a book by its cover is not applicable to some things or situations. Take a dish that you've never tried, for instance. No matter how tasty the food may be or how highly others speak of it, you may find the dish hard to try for the first time if it looks gross and unappealing. The same applies to people. We are all addressed by the way we dress. Like it or hate it, how people relate to you is determined to a large extent by how you present yourself. Elegance is classy, marked with simplicity and backed by modesty. So watch out for these two, simplicity and modesty, when selecting your outfits. Wearing too little and exposing sensitive body parts undermines your modesty, just as wearing too much on one outfit overwhelms its simplicity. An elegant woman visually looks appealing without having to expose her body or look tacky. These tips will help you to dress elegantly at all times. Dress appropriately. Make sure what you're planning to wear fits the occasion. Secondly, check whether your outfit complies with the rule of elegance. Is it simple? Is it modest? Mind you, simple doesn't mean cheap, unattractive, frumpy, or without beautiful details. Point number 8, rowdiness. Have you ever witnessed a noisy woman enter a venue? The loud greetings, the noisy laughter, and reckless shoving all tells you that this is a rowdy woman. A rowdy woman is rough and quarrelsome and disorderly. So this does not mean that to be elegant you have to be silent and placid and fade into the background. However, the way you conduct yourself, your mannerisms and speech says a lot about your character. Have you seen instances where a woman walks into a room and heads just turn? It's her energy. She doesn't have to say anything about herself, but people know she's different simply by the way she conducts herself. Rowdiness is unattractive. There's nothing to be admired about being rowdy, not in a man and absolutely not in a woman. As Proverbs 9:13 puts it, a stupid woman is loud. She is ignorant and knows absolutely nothing. When you are loud and rowdy, you have a flagrant disregard for others around you, and you quite frankly lack respect for yourself. We never want to come across this way to anybody in any situation. Point number 9, being uncultured and uninformed. Although nobody is expected to know it all, having at least a basic knowledge of current affairs is necessary. It's important to stay informed and updated on current topics and world affairs, even if such topics aren't really of much interest to you. Not only will this help you to increase your knowledge for yourself, you won't feel like a fish out of water when you find yourself in a group discussing a particular subject, or you won't feel stupid when somebody engages you in a conversation on any of these topics that you don't know anything about. Although you may not be bothered about the economy, although you should, try to stay abreast on world events by listening to the news and reading newspapers from time to time. You can download the Financial Times, the Wall Street Journal, and The Economist on your phone, and you'll receive daily news bulletins that you can just skim read if you don't have much time to read them in detail. That way, at least you have a basic awareness of the happenings in the world today. Point number 10, always wearing a frown. A frown automatically plasters a sign that says, "Avoid me," on your forehead. People generally assume you are angry and want to be left alone when you frown all the time. With Black women, this is particularly difficult because we have this stereotype of being an angry Black woman that seems to follow us everywhere. Just as a smile attracts people to you, a frown does the opposite. It pushes people away from you. It might just be that by default, your face always appears to be as if you're frowning, but actually you aren't sad or unhappy. If that's the case, try to go out of your way and practice putting a smile on your face to at least look friendly. Smiling makes you approachable and also endears people to you. Point number 11, chewing on your nails. This is an awkward habit that makes people look childish, irritated, and quite frankly untidy. Human hands are some of the most germ-ridden parts of the body that carry millions of bacteria. You put your hand in your handbag, you touch your phone and type on your keyboard, all items that are incredibly dirty, and then you proceed to put your fingers in your mouth and chew on your fingernails. Incredibly unhygienic. Apart from the negative image it gives you, chewing your nails deforms your fingernails and makes you appear untidy and unkempt. Consciously being on guard and controlling the urge to chew on your fingernails when you're anxious or nervous will help you to break this habit. And the last point, but by no means least, point number 12, drinking too much alcohol. A woman who drinks too much alcohol is a disaster waiting to happen. She can display the crassest behavior at any time, anywhere, as long as she's downed glasses of some alcoholic drink. Drinking too much alcohol makes you lose your inhibitions, and once these inhibitions are gone, anybody can do anything to you. This is not the kind of situation you wish to find yourself in at any time. If you do drink alcohol, drink so sparingly. A drunk, elegant woman is an oxymoron that is hard to picture. But it's not just about elegance. Alcoholism won't stop at undermining your elegance, but it destroys your health and can lead to disastrous incidences. My wonderful elegance ladies, thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope it spurs you on to break these habits if you are prone to them. Thank you very much for watching.